Hello, and welcome to episode 94, the Yarnivore Podcast. If you're a new viewer, thank you for checking us out. By us, I mean the royal us, multiple us's, all here within this one city. And if you're returning, thanks for coming back. It's the first time I've ever done that. Hopefully it doesn't sound too trite. Okay. Jumping right on in, because I'm guessing I'm going to go off rambly in some spots, probably in the miscellaneous. So let's just do this, because I'm hoping it's not going to be a long show. And I'm sorry, I'm snuffed up. It's the weather. It's the weather. Thank you, Snowmageddon. So, finished objects. And y'all knew this was going to happen. Don't even tell me you didn't know this was going to happen. My finished objects are all snuggles. I have 4 more that have been crocheted together by yours truly. These are all kitty-sized, the 14s. And I'll show you. I have 2 that Mum did. There's one. Here's the other. The ends still have to be woven in. So be it. So be it. I'm still calling them finished because that's going to take me like 2 seconds, and I probably could have done it last night, but hey, I was being lazy. So I've got 2 from Mum. Well, actually, I did most of this one, and then she did half of the edging, so I'm still going to say she did it. So there's 2 from Mum. And I also did a bunny nugget. But I can't show you the bunny nuggets. There'll either be a picture in the front or a picture at the end. That was for school. I'm going to be teaching children how to knit. Actually, no. One of the teachers who teaches the applied arts already teaches them sewing and knitting. So I'm basically taking the higher grades and showing them how to make stuff like a bunny nugget. So I needed a prototype. So I made a bunny nugget. But I can't show you. So be it. Okay. Works in progress. Works in progress. Works in progress. I did 4 rows on the wedding shawl. I'm not going to show you 4 rows. Really isn't enough to pull it out and be like, hey, look, I did 4 rows. I put the new lifeline in, so hopefully next week I can show you and be like, look, I finished chart 6. But, brain power and I, we were just not talking. For some reason this week, I think it must be like starting back at work, I could not get my butt out of bed. I was just like, I did not want to wake up. I wanted to go back to bed. I didn't want to show the house. I was funked. Ooh, I forgot something. Hold on. Okay, so we're back. We pause now for station identification. So I wasn't showing you the in-dream shell. I'm still not going to show you the in-dream shell. Seriously? It's enough time spent talking about it for 4 rows. That took 2 hours. Just saying. I did finish another block of the Cabled Monstrosity. This is the second correct panel B. As you will see, it has not 1, not 2, but 3 of these cabley things. It is also the biggest block of the entire blanket. And this is actually technically named The Sampler Afghan by Melissa Leapman out of the book Cables Untangled. I am knitting it out of Patton's Canadiana Tweeds in a cream and a tan. I have enough of this to last me a lifetime, so I'm not too worried about running out. I have finished 1 whole set of the block. So there's panel A through F. I finished 1 of those and seamed it together. I finished the second one, and when I finish the third one, I'm going to seam together the second one. So I have 1 more of these to go to be back on track. But it's coming out nice, I think. Like, I mean, it looks pretty good. I'm not complaining. I'm going to have to go back and knit the A panel a little longer when I seam it together, but that's not a big deal. Not a big deal. That one's like this big a wide, as you recall. So, Yeah. One more of these, and I'm really glad that I chose to alternate which panel I was knitting because, quite frankly, having to knit 3 of these in a row kind of sucks my soul. Out of my ear with a straw. With a straw. I need a beverage. I'm trying this Colombian Excelencia or whatever. I'm not enjoying it as much as I enjoyed the Bali Samsara. Oh my. So lame. Alrighty. And things are gonna fall because when I've turned into my mother because when I clean, I just ram everything where it'll go and it looks okay. I'm not sure if you can see the closet behind me. I think you can see some of it. It's just stacked to the brim. Brimming with crap. Oh crap. In my bird like bags bag. I don't have the cabled monstrosity in a bag. It has a little wire rack, tub, whatever. In my bird like bags canine bag, which as we all know is the Lord of the Rings knit along bag. With of course the gorgeous little astronomy insides. I don't need to tell you how awesome bird like bags is. You can go and find out yourself. I worked on the Gandalf. As you recall, I was on the heel flap. Well, I think I'm almost done the gusset decreases, or I just finished them. Either way, I'm on the foot, people. Heel flap was achieved. I'm kind of zooming. I'll probably work on this tonight. Not gonna lie, yesterday did not get a lot of knitting done, but I will explain why in the miscellany. This is the Gandalf pattern by Claire Ellen, also known as Wimp Woman on Ravelry, from the Fellowship of the Socks collection, although you can buy them in singles. It is knit on US 1s, which I believe is a 1.5. I don't know. 2.5? It's a US 1. Look at me. I'm becoming American. And it's knit out of Malabrigo sock in the Carabino colorway, which is a gorgeous royal blue, pale blue, robin's egg blue, and then a very sea foamy green, almost a teal. Loving it. Loving the colors. I did try this on my foot and I found it not snug enough. I like a good snug sock. So these are going to be for the partner in crime. And I told him that, and he said, I will begrudgingly take the sock. I'm like, you will not begrudgingly do anything. You will take the sock and you will like it. The only reason he begrudges it because he wants me to knit socks for myself. So really, not the worst thing in the world, but still. Totally gave him hell. Gandalf socks. I'm pretty sure I should have the first sock done by next week. Depends. Depends on Snuggles. And I think I still have to knit a monster chunk for school. I'm not sure. I think I promised one of the teachers I'd knit her a monster chunk. Gotta be careful with that. Either way, I can make one up. So, and that is our knit along. I know people are doing okay for the most part. Some people were worried about the tightness of it. I assure you the large fits a good large. And if you checked out the latest gentle ribbing, I'm not going to say much. It's just called Gandalf Twice. There you have it. Lastly, on my needles. Lastly. You're going to have to suck it up for bending. Again, I'm sorry. You know what, when I move and like me and partner in crime can sit around and be like, hey, this would make the lighting better, and hey, that would make it easier for me not to bend, and yo, I can do this and that and the other. It'll be a lot nicer. But here in Shea Sadie, we're rocking it ghetto style. So lastly, on the needles, here, look, I can show you on the iPad. Woo! And just, I've got Pinkie Pie. It's a clockwork Pinkie Pie. I love that picture. It's so funny. There we go. On the needles, the last on the needles is the Oleana shawl. by Grace Akram. It is a paid pattern. I am knitting it as part of the Knitting in Circles gifted knit along. I received it from Birdleg Bags. And I'm doing this primarily out of leftovers. Petrie's making an appearance today. Meow. I just fed you. Too much in Mommy's lap for you to jump up. I know. I'm bad. I'm mean. I'm mean. No. Okay. Hold on one sec. Radio. Hopefully that fixes the computer problem. It was bugging me. It was bugging me. Was it bugging you, Petrie? Okay, so the Olana shawl. As you saw last time, I am knitting it out of Shibui sock in a numbered colorway, Cascade Heritage gray, and then I am doing the contrasting in Volmice Bluebell. So last time you saw it, I was about halfway through the striped upper portion, which is the Shibui sock and the Cascade Heritage. This is on 3.25 millimeter needles. Woo! I have started the edging. The edging is the final part, and that's where you put your contrast in. So there's my, here I'll pick somewhere that's not the point. So there's my Volmice coming into play. I think it called for like 80 yards, so meow. You're going to PO every other kitty from anybody who's watching, and quite frankly, you're probably blowing out their earbuds, Petrie. But I don't want to go down. I love my cat. She's purring, she's happy. She's just being a stubborn old lady, aren't ya? Aren't ya? Aren't you? Yes, you are. She thought the snuggles were for her. Tried to make a tower. She can't have the snuggles. Not impressed with that. Don't sneeze on my yarn. Go down. Okay, so Petrie interlude over. I have started on the edging. So basically I'll have to do one more of these purl ridges, I guess, at this point. And then there's a little bit of pattern, and then there's another purl ridge edge. I cannot podcast with you in my lap, honey. I can't. They know you love me. They know you love them. Ah. Ear in the eye. Ear in the eye. See what I put up with? Honey, will you go down? Yes, you're purry. Go. Okay. So, I'm hoping to have this shawl done at some point this week because it's really not a lot. The main body is knit. I can't stretch it out for all it's worth because it is, of course, on, I don't even know how long these needles are, but whatever. Right now it's a smushy mess. Smushy mess. But I'm in the back stretch of it, and yeah. Olana shawl. It'll be nice to wear at school. My office is really cold, and I haven't gotten my P card yet, so I can't go out and buy a heater. Well, I could. I just don't feel like doing it and then having to deal with petty cash. So there you have it. Spinning, spinning. If you can see over there, there's some fiber on the wheel, on top of it. And I started spinning a 3-ply because everybody's been spinning 3-plies, and it's driving me bonkers. Not only is this like ridiculous, but my baby is old, and it was only originally intended for a medium weight. So when I start spinning a finer weight to get the sport weight 3-ply I want, it's breaking all over the place. So I did my tricks by taking the brake band off, well, not taking it off, but not tightening it at all, and winding extra yard onto the bobbin so there's not so much pull. And it does help, but yeah, I was just getting too frustrated. I had to put it down. I was like, I have to stop this. Not only do I not have enough bobbins to do a 3-ply without winding them off, but, which I will, don't worry about that, but I'm trying to do something that the wheel just can't do. I need to learn better. But that's what happens when it's like, Saturday night. And you feel all right. That's right. I have no idea what song I just referenced. I should know. I should know, but I don't. And I keep playing with my hair, which is still wet. Oh well. Watch, by the time I'm done podcasting, it'll be dry, except my bangs. My bangs always look wet right after I've washed them. Until I've, combed them out a million times. I'm not a grease monkey. I just wet my hair down. So, miscellaneous. The big, big, big news. We hit 500 members, people. We hit 500, and we're going up. And, yeah. I promised I would give prizes. So, when Snuggletopia is done... Now, if we hit 600, I'll add another prize. But here's what's going to happen. When Snuggletopia is over, so sometime in March, I am going to hold a random drawing based off of a thread, which I will start, wherein you can recount your favorite podcasting moment here, or your favorite memory, or something you thought was hysterical. There will be a thread, and everybody can post on it. And then... I'll start that in February. I'll close it up in March. And then I will draw 5 prizes. If we hit 600, I'll draw 6. So bring a friend. Try and get more people in, because that does increase your chances of more prizes. But that will have to wait until after Snuggles, because Snuggles, oh my prize god. There are some really amazing people who are helping me out with prizes. I have seen the colorway from Highland Handmaids. We will have 2 skeins of sock weight yarn on that. I do believe it's the sugar maple sock. The colorway is called Snuggle Up, and it is gorgeous. A blue, a purple, and a white. If you are not aware, blue and purple are both the animal awareness colors. They're stopping animal abuse and spay-neuter. And they're my favorite colors. So really, it's a win-win. It's a double wheelhouse. We also had a viewer who shall remain nameless because I have not. Maybe she wants to be anonymous, or he. No, it's a she. I think I can say that because most knitters are girls, but that's a generalization that I shouldn't make. So, they? Is that mysterious enough? Anyway, an anonymous donor. How's that? Contacted me this week and said that there were not enough big doggy snuggles. And I said, you are more than right. In the yardage challenge, and the yardage challenge really is to encourage the 36 by 36, the big dog snuggle. But she decided that just wasn't enough. See, I'm just going to keep calling her she. It could be a him, but it's not. But whatever. She, ubiquitous. She decided to take matters into her own hands and asked me what I would think about opening just a thread for big doggy snuggles. Now, ain't no cat that big, so they're definitely big doggy snuggles. And I said, of course I will open a thread just for big doggy snuggles. I've got the trifacta thread where you can put one that's knit, one that's crochet, and one that's sewn to enter the trifacta prize. Then there's the main prize thread, which is for yardage, or however many, or for the randoms. And she said, I will put up a prize. I will put up a skein of Volmice. There you have it, people. If you were on the fence, it's a very emphatic nose flick, because I had an itchy nose. If you are on the fence about snuggles, or if you were going to knit a snuggle and you thought you'd bang out a few 14s, do a 36. Do a 36, because for every snuggle you enter, knit, crochet, or sewn, so you still could do 3 and then enter in the trifacta and then enter in the random. Because you can triple dip. I don't mind. For every post you do of a 36 by 36 snuggle, you will be entered to win a skein of Volmice. I hear it's red. I'll show it when it gets here. Just saying. Awesome. Awesome. Not to mention the multitude of prizes we've got coming in. We have unique sheep yarn, Vesper yarn, lace weight coming in, stitch markers, bags. Some I've made, some by others, some coming from the UK. We've got patterns, more patterns. We're awesome. We're really gonna rock. And apparently now Frank wants her turn. Let alone that, but depending on which podcast you watch, it doesn't even matter which podcast you watch. You should put a snuggle into every podcaster thread, like you should knit 3 snuggles or 4 snuggles or 5 snuggles, because you can enter to win in knittables. So you can only put in my group and one other podcaster. It's the same rule as last year because the podcasters win prizes based off of that. But you don't have to be dedicated to one. Katie, Heather, I'm looking at you. They don't have to be dedicated to either of you. Okay? Knit and Wolf totally smacked you guys down. And then she threw up some vomice. So just say it. However, Katie and Heather also got the stash. And they're also prizing it up. So, and I'm not sure if Dramatic Knits is in. I have to see how many podcasters are doing this. I know JD. I know Vicky, Dragonfly Source. Any hoodle. Knit one for everybody. And then enter in every thread. Because, you know what? In the end, you can enter 6 in mine and then put it in 6 different podcasters. I don't care. And, well, some of them will, because there's some pretty serious calling out going on. However, there is chances to win awesome prizes and help out some fur babies that we all really want to help. And, yeah, just think of it that way. There is so much yarn and bags and stitch markers and patterns, and oh my, it's gonna rock. It is gonna rock. Just saying. Even Frankie knows it's gonna rock, and she's dumber than a bag of hammers. So get your snuggle on. Snuggle on. Bring more people. Do remember that you have to be a member of the Ravelry group in order to win a prize. So come join the Ravelry group. Post your snuggles. Chatter. It's all awesome. And we had some crochet help hop in on the chatter thread, so I just want a big shout out to Chaotic Cooker and Knit Croc. Thanks, y'all. You're my little crochet girls. We also have a skein of Sheep Dreamery coming in for the prizes. Let me just say, we got awesome. We got indie. We've got everything. And for some reason I feel the need to sing everything. Watch too much Glee. So Snowmageddon. I told you about Snowmageddon. Snowmageddon outside. I probably won't put a picture of it because they're all on my phone. But I texted pictures to Dawn because I was like, you say it's cold. Look at this. Seriously, the bus stops were snowed out. There's about 6 feet now. They still haven't cleared all the streets. It's insane. Bebop jumped outside to pee, and the snow was bigger than him. He literally jumped and went bloop, and was under the snow. And that was just before I had time to shovel. That was a 24-hour period. That was a big dump. So, of course, everything went crazy, and people couldn't drive properly, and it was insane on the roads. Yeah. And I have a shovel. I'm not one of the Canadians who has a snowblower, and I'm an idiot for it, but I just didn't see a point in spending like $600. Nor do I have $600 to spend on such a thing. But I have a shovel. I'm really hoping I don't tear my boob muscle again. As you recall, I injured my pec muscle, the boob muscle, the muscle under your pec, which is, of course, your breast if you're a woman. I did that shoveling last year. I really don't want to do it again. I remember thinking I was having a heart attack. It sucked. So the 2 reasons I didn't get a lot of knitting done yesterday. One, I was busy playing a game called Ascension. with Partner in Crime. You can play it on your mini. Now that Beck is gone, I guess I should show you video games occasionally, because I am a total lamer gamer geek. But, it's a deck building game. It's got amazing music. I really like the art. I was totally kicking butt playing against the computer, and then I played against Partner in Crime, and he whooped my butt. Shouldn't talk smack if I'm not gonna deliver. He beat me all except one game. So there you have it. Some were really close. Like some were like 2 points out, so I'm not too worried. I will beat him yet. Again and again. And I made spinach and feta soup. And I have to say, very rarely do I talk about recipes or food on here. That soup blew my mind. Blew my mind. Apparently, listening to me eating said soup was humorous. Because I was just that enthralled with the soup. In fact, when I'm done recording this, I'm going to go warm up some more soup. I will put the link in the show notes. There we go. For the spinach and feta soup. I did modify it. I used water instead of chicken stock, which it says you can do. I just didn't want chickens in there. I did a large onion instead of a medium onion. I did 3 potatoes instead of 1. I put way more spinach than it called for, but that's fine. And I used lactate milk. And for feta, I put a giant chunk. Like, it says to use a wheel, and I just got, the tub where it's, sitting in its moisture. I strained that, I crumbled it up, and I put it in there. Probably say, a cup and a half. I got 9 servings out of it. It says 6. I got 9 because I added so much stuff. But, oh my god, it was amazing. It was amazing. And feta is lactose free. So really, I used Lactaid and feta. I got a butt ton of protein, iron. It's so hearty. It sticks to your bones. It's warm. It is the perfect soup for winter. I was worried, and then it thickened up, and I was just, oh, so good. So good. So I will put the link in the show notes. If you like to cook or experiment with cooking, it takes about an hour. A lot of it is simmering because you do, you saute the onions until they're clear. You throw the chopped spinach in, let it wilt up really good. Then you put the water or chicken stock in with the diced potato. I cubed them very tinily, not a word. I made them really small so they'd cook faster. You pour those all in and you simmer it until the potatoes are, well, you get a rolling boil. It's a little higher than a low boil, not as just a simmer. And you go until the potatoes are soft, you can fork them easily. That's probably looking really skanky out there. And then you add the final stuff. I did put about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice in there as well because I thought the lemon would be a good accent, and it really was. Oh my god. Oh, that soup. I'm excited just thinking about having it. Lame. Next on the needles. When I finish, and I just poked myself in the eye. Seriously, user error today is really high, and I apologize. I've had to stop and start poking myself in the face. How do you guys put up with me? Because you love me. Okay. Next up on the needles, because the Olana shawl is going to be finished soon. I picked out these, and they're going to become the catkin. I didn't put it on my mini yet, so I can't show you, but I will be using the Soft Like Kittens Prototype 37 in the staple sock. She's got really nice ball band. Really, really nice ball bands. I love the paper she uses. This is approximately 100 grams, 357 meters, or 390 yards. It's gorgeous. It is a purpley gray with flecks of red. And when she showed it on her podcast, I was like, no, that has to be called All Cats Are Gray. So I'm calling it All Cats Are Gray and not Prototype 37. But it's a prototype, so it's a non-repeatable colorway. Ha ha, all mine. That's right, I just kissed yarn. And because it is Snuggletopia, and last year, one of our prizes was a hand-dyed skein to look like your pet, and I got one too. Mine is Petrie. This is Petrie. It is Turtle Pearl yarns in the blue silk socks. It's 55 superwash BFL, 45 silk. It is so smishy. It's got a gorgeous sheen on it. Speak of the devil, she heard her name. And this is 100 grams, 438 yards. It will be perfect. I'm going to use this for the top portion and then the purple for the stripes and the textured portion because I feel that the semi-solid will show it up better. And I happen to know that Miss Turtle Pearl's kitty has to get some teeth pulled. So, if you're in a buying mood, she also does stripy sock yarn, she does fiber, she does everything. I think you should go and slam her store and take everything. If I had more money, I would. Seriously, I'd be buying all that crap up. She got some wicked stripy sock yarn, and her fiber's amazing. So, Turtle Pearl, Artfire, hopefully you can see that. I will now proceed to read it out. It is www.turtlepearl, turtlepurl.artfire.com. I prefer her Artfire site to her Etsy site. I find it has more stuff. Go forth. Buy lots. I am looking forward to knitting with this. And when I have some more money, buying some of her fiber, because it is pretty. And some of the stripy yarn. Not gonna lie. Kind of want to go crazy over there. And then because I was at the doctor this week getting my monthly B12 shot, which I have now learned how to give to myself. I've given it to myself twice. So when I move to the States, I will be able to give it to myself and not have to see a doctor every stinking month because I won't have health care until I get married. I didn't have anything to take knitting-wise. My snuggle is too big. I didn't show you guys this. This is another work in progress. So just at the end of the show. Another work in progress is the snuggle that I started. In lieu of the big snuggle promotion, I started one. It's massive. It is being knit out of Shetland, Eaton's Lady Fair Shetland Chunky and Red Heart Super Saver. And yeah, it's going to be big. It's the first one I'm knitting. I'll probably do a couple big ones just to get started, and then the small ones will really feel zoomy. My goal this time is 30. I want to knit 30 snuggles, and I'm about halfway there, so we're good. But I didn't have anything with me, and I couldn't take that snuggle. Nothing else I have travels really well because of all the patterns. So I was like, I need to get me a stripy sock. And then I had to sit and think about which stripy sock to make. So I picked this lovely guy. It's the Seattle Coffee Blues. So it's a aqua mint, a dark teal, and a brown. This is the striping sock, 75% superwash Cordale, 25% nylon, 393 yards. Show you their little taggy here. I have to send out some project bags to them. I'm sorry, knitting group. It is on its way. Christmas totally snowed me. My bad. But I will be sending them. And, yeah. I had this sent to me to try it out, and I really want to try it out. And quite frankly, I love the title and love the colors, and I need a stripy sock on my needles right now. Ow. This is a very sturdy card. It just totally poked me. So those are probably going to be on the needles by the next time you see me. Hopefully by the next time you see me, I've sold my house because we just signed with a real estate agent. I was trying to avoid everything, but they've, he says he can sell the house in like less than a month, and I'm like, you better. And thank you. I want to say a big thank you to everybody on Plurk who hugged me and told me it was all going to be okay when I had my little, oh my God, I have to plan a wedding, I have to move, I have to take 4 pets across the border in a 13-hour trek, and I don't know how long it's going to be at the thing, and then I have to get all my paperwork done so I can get a job, and I got to get a job, and then I'm getting married, and I don't even have a wedding dress. What the heck? I was losing it, and I lost it on Plurk, and everyone was like, it's okay, it's all worth it, it's wonderful, and I was like, yes, yes it is. I'm hyperventilating now, I'm just going to take a bath, and then more hugs, more cheering on, and totally worked. The stress of selling this house is definitely starting to get to me. Not gonna lie, clearly. But as Tom Petty said, it'll all work out. Now, lastly but not leastly, our music this week. I decided to do something fun. I'm recommending Flight of the Conchords. If you missed out on the fad, I don't know. If you missed out on the Flight of the Conchords, they had 2 seasons on HBO, I believe. I'm not sure where it aired where it aired in Canada, but I own them, whatever. They're a pair of New Zealanders who have a band, and their songs are so hysterical, and I adore them. And I remember when Lily was here a while ago now, we spent an entire day just watching YouTubes of the Flight of the Conchords. That was before their show came out, and I was all about them. I'm still all about them. Jermaine is my favorite, but I will put some of their tunage in the show notes, as always. May you enjoy the hip-hop-opotamus and the rhymenoceros and the Prince Parties. Some of it is a little more questionable, but hey, I like questionable material, so business time, if you want me to, probably going to be in the show notes. That's all I've got. It's probably a long one. Damn. I am Blue Ruin on Ravelry. We shoot stars on Plurk. Come join the Arnivorous boards. Do enter your snuggles everywhere. And I will see y'all next week.